The Jomon period is the key to understanding the world's ancient civilizations. The clay figures with the sunshades aren't aliens. Chapter 7. The snakes and eyebrows of the clay figures' heads.
So you are saying that the intercourse of the snake god and the clay figure takes place at the top of the clay figure's head? How did you come up with this inconceivable theory, Doctor?
Why are you looking at me like that? You think I am joking or lying to you?
So you're telling me that it's okay to believe this theory?
Of course. My theory about the Jomon is based on the results of research done by my predecessor. It is based on not only the #1 folklorist on snake research, Hiroko Yoshino, but also Dr. Shizuka Shidakawa, who left outstanding achievements as the pioneer of oracle bone script, and other genius scholars who independently mastered their fields.
I personally have an interest in Dr. Yoshino's theory. Are there other wonderful theories like those about the Jin Daiboko and the Warabi Temon?
Learning about the essence of primitive festivals is a splendid thing. Yoshino calls this primitive festival the marriage of the snake god and the snake shrine maiden. An actual example of this can be seen in a clay figure from the Katsuzaka-style earthenware from the Middle Jomon period.
Speaking of Katsuzaka style, there are a lot of snake shapes on that kind of pottery, right? But what is a snake shrine maiden?
I don't think modern people have heard of them, but although they look like humans, they are women who look after shrines who are really snakes, and Yoshino says there's an actual example of such a clay figure in the Tonai clay figure from Nagano Prefecture with a snake on its head. She says that it is this clay figure from Tonai that represents the marriage of a snake shrine maiden with a serpent snake god.
The snake god descends from heaven onto the top of the clay figure's head, so that means the marriage of the snake god to the clay figure, right?
That's right. But the strange thing is, even though the eyebrows and nose of the clay figure from Tonai are shown as Warabi Temon, representing the snake god, Yoshino did not say anything about them. While she said that Warabi Temon represents the reproductive organs of a male snake, she did not notice that the eyebrows and nose of the clay figure, shown as the Warabi Temon, were the reproductive organs of the snake god, descending from heaven onto its head.
So who came up with the theory that the eyebrows and nose of the clay figure were the reproductive organs of the snake god?
I thought of that theory. The eyebrows and nose of the clay figure, who is to have intercourse with the snake god, is a design drawn to represent the reproductive organs of the snake god. It seems to be a reasonable idea. It is really easy to understand.
So do most people accept this easy-to-understand theory of yours?
Unfortunately, they do not. For example, in the Yayoi period, the statues have eyebrows that are far apart, and in the Kofun period, many of the eyebrows of the Haniwa figures have been omitted. For the Jomon people, it was a matter of course, but by the Yayoi period, this was no longer so.
So even if the Yayoi people forgot the meaning of the Warabi Temon, it would be unlikely that the direct descendants of the Yayoi people would know about it. But then, even in the Jomon period, there are some faces that are drawn where the eyebrows on each side and nose are not connected but separate.
You know a lot, Tabby. There is only one that I know of where the eyebrows are separate, but it is carved in stone. However, I thought that was odd, so when I looked more closely, I found that the stone figure had Warabi Temon on its forehead. It means that the Warabi Temon, or the snake god, has come all the way down to the eyebrows. So that is to say that the snake god has appeared before the clay figure, who is the shrine maiden, just before their intercourse.
The festival is about to begin indeed.
It is also very curious that the eyebrows are curled at the tips. This can be interpreted to mean that the snake shrine maiden, which is the clay figure, is showing that she is ready to accept the snake god by changing into a snake. Or one could say that it symbolizes that the snake god, in order to be accepted by the woman, has brought the ancestral spirit or the two snakes, male and female, from the other world. At any rate, I would say that whichever the clay figure, the essence of that time's festivals are engraved in them.